On to our lessons on the order of words in English language, or for that matter, every other languages. Now, every other language, we say the order of words, that is the sequence of words. If you want to speak, if you want to write, how do you correctly order your words? How do you put your words? Now we say, you put your words, the correct order of your words is the subject, then the verb, and the object. Subject, you put the verb, you put the object. And we'll be looking at rules that will guide you, that will help you in doing this. We've looked at rule 1 to rule 4. We're going to look at rule 5, 6, and 7. Now, look at the first rule, rule 5. The indirect question. In indirect questions, the subject comes first and then the verb. In indirect questions, the subject comes first and then the verb. Remember, if you want to ask any question, if you want to put any direct question, the verb comes first. Are you there? Are, that is the verb coming first, and the subject coming second. But in indirect question, the subject comes first, and then you put the verb. Look at the example. I wanted to know where they went. Is an indirect question. Our wants to know, or our wanted to know where they went. I asked them what they were eating. I asked them what they were eating. The subject, asked, the verb, I asked them what they were eating. If it's a direct question, I will say, what are you eating? Are you eating food? Are you going? But here is an indirect question. So, in the order of words, if you are making indirect questions, the subject comes first and the verb. Look at that. Our wanted, the subject, wanted, the verb. Our wanted to know where they went. I asked them what they were eating. I asked them what they were eating. I asked them what they were eating. That is that. Rule number 6. Rule number 6. In compound verbs with 2 auxiliaries. In compound verbs with 2 auxiliaries, not is placed after the first one. Compound verbs. You have this verb, you have this verb. You have this verb, you have this verb. You have this verb, you have this verb. You have the verb there, you have the verb there. You say, not is placed after the first. You see, not there, after the first verb. You place not, and then you have the second. So, we say, in compound verbs with 2 auxiliaries, it does not change the order of the subject, verb, object. But then in compound verbs with 2 auxiliaries, not is placed after the first. This is 1, this is 2 auxiliaries. Not is placed after the first. Now, so you have, James could not have been there. James could not have been there. Don't say James could have not, no. Don't say James could have not been, no. Say James could not have. You see, 2 auxiliaries, 2 verbs, 2 verbs. You place not after the first verb. So you have could, you have verb. So you say, James could not have been there. James could not have been there. Don't say James could have not. No. Don't do that. So you put not after the first verb and then you place the second. So James could not have been there. I cannot. You put the next verb. He shall not have done it. He shall not. Then you continue. So James could not have been there. Look at rule number 7. In the negative infinitive, not comes before to. Not comes before to. You see not coming before to. In the negative infinitive, my mother told her not to go. My mother told her not to go. Don't say my mother told her to not go. No. Don't say my mother told her to not go. No. Say my mother told her not to go. So we say in the negative infinitive, not comes before to. Not comes before to. My mother told her not to go. My mother told her not to go. And so that's our lessons on the correct order of words. Rules 5, 6, and 7. Remember we said the correct order of words. You put the subject after you put the verb before the object. So we've been looking at rule 5 in indirect questions. When you are making indirect questions, put the subject first and then the verb. The subject first before the verb. If you are making a direct question, then the verb comes before the subject. Like, is he there? But if you are making an indirect question, then you say you put the verb, the subject before the verb. Our wanted to know where they went. I asked them what they were eating. Those are indirect questions. How to put that. Rule number 6. In compound verbs with two auxiliaries, not is placed after the first one. Look at the first verb, look at the second one. James could not have been there. James could not have been there. Rule number 7. In the negative infinitive, put not. Not comes before to. Not comes before to. My mother told her not to go. My mother told her not to go. And so you see the order of words. The correct order of words. The sequence of words in English, if you want to put your grammar right, you see the sequence of words. So, know the correct order of words. Know the correct order of words in your grammar. Share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to support our community-based adult literacy program. We appreciate books, we appreciate materials, stationaries, we appreciate support to raise our building, to build on our land, and then expand our project. Share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up.